Okay, so that is the Scuri Bay campsite, or Scuri Bay, however you pronounce it. Beautiful looking bay, absolutely fantastic. Northwest, not so clever behind me, just with the residential granny bungalows there. So I was awoken to Fagash little barking her guts up this morning while standing on the doorstep having a tab. But that said, this served a very, very good purpose. And if you want a shower that is more akin to a jet wash, I mean, I've used less pressurized jet washes than the showers here. They are super hot, super good, and for £14 you get a level pitch. They've got these terraces all the way over here, and yeah, you can't really fall off. So we're on with our route today, and away we go. This is the NC500. So the cloud cover is set to clear today, and we're due to have a beautiful, glorious day. This is day 4 of our epic My NC500 adventure. Let's get into it.
Where do you go when you're young, when you're restless, when you're fun, cause you're desperate? Oh, here they come for a chance, for adventure. What's your poison, what's your pleasure?
And wow, would you look at that, pretty much straight out of the get-go from this morning. About 10 minutes into this beautiful ribbon of road, and you can tell we're pushing down into the Assynt area now, leaving Sutherland. We've just got these humongous mountains just starting to build and tower up above us, and this absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous road to enjoy. Look at that for scenery, and look at this for a road. Just incredible. Now, there isn't a trip on the NC500, or certainly this part of the west coast of Scotland, that wouldn't be complete without the obligatory stop at Kylescu, the most iconic bridge, save the 4th road bridge, or the 4th rail bridge rather. Yeah, absolutely fantastic place. Look at this. A little bit breezy today, but that cloud cover is breaking away, as was the forecast, and just the tops of the mountains now are clear, which is absolutely brilliant. And certainly as we push down into the Assynt area, which is kind of that way, that's going to give us some fantastic scenery overlooking the bays, and we're going to go past a little place called Stour, and that's where I holidayed a couple of years ago with the family. So yeah, really looking forward to that. And as you can see, yeah, this is just the perfect day, and I can't believe this for the west coast of Scotland. 4 days. This is day 4, and it is bone dry. A little bit on the cooler side, as you'd expect for early part of the year. Temperatures around about 10 degrees, but we can live with that. That's more than pleasant when you're riding in full riding gear. So let's get over this bridge and let's push down into Assynt. An area. Look at this, and just look at these roads. Just spectacular on every single level. Just amazing. Now, we're not going to stick on the official NC5. No, actually we are. So we're going to break off this major arterial, and this is a major arterial for this part of road, and we are picking the NC up, which runs us around the headland of Stour. And yeah, there's some incredible little bays and scrapes and nooks and crannies along this road. It is typically a single track road all of the way, unsuitable for coaches. That's what we like to see. And this is a beautiful, beautiful stretch of road. You come through these woodlands over onto the top of the hill, and you just don't know what views you're going to get. That's the beauty of where we are. And it opens out. There's another little bay, and away we go. Okay, morning sit rep. It's just coming up to about 9:45. I've left the bike running because the bike is your life in terms of charging everything, so there's quite a few bits of kit that are on charge, namely the phone that is virtually dead, so I need that for later so I can fly the drone. And what a backdrop. This is the ribbon of road that we're just winding our way along, working our way along the headland behind me. We've got this mountainous range that we've just come underneath, really, just the other side of there. Just absolutely fantastic. We've got a clearing sky. Look at how high the cloud cover is, and we've got that yellow orb of pleasure in the sky. And just have a look at this for a backdrop. Just utterly breathtaking, just staring off north up towards Sutherland. And that's very much what we've already done, and we're leaving that behind, and everything out to the west and to the south is beckoning with this beautiful road ahead. And then yeah, absolutely fantastic. It is really warm. There's virtually no wind, as you can see from the grass. Absolutely perfect day. So I do believe this is where we kind of push our way out towards the coast, and we start to pick up the coastal sections now. And this is where the road just follows the ribbon of the side of the bays, really, and it just rises and falls and flows. It's absolute. Look at this. This is just incredible. You just got to be careful. You don't know if anything's going to be on the opposite side. Wow. Absolutely fantastic. Look at that crystal clear water. Morning, folks. Morning. You just round these points and wowzers, look at that. Just incredible. Crystal clear water. Look at this. Just, it's almost like every little bend, every turn, you find yourself just saying, wow, look at this. Just incredible. But what a beach, what a bay. And look at the colour of that water. Absolutely spectacular. I do love this part of the world, and certainly the NC, I've only ever done it the once, and that was good. That was very good, and I always vowed that I would come back and do my own thing. Clash Nessie, here we are. Yes, I always vowed that I would come back and do my own thing and have my own little spin on the NC, and I guess that's really what it's designed for, really. And this is where we start to get our view looking across Assynt and down towards the Torridon range, right off in the far distance. That is just a very jagged skyline indeed. And in the middle distance we're just about to see Sullivan and Stack Polly, and I can't for the life of me remember the name of the other one, but three iconic mountains that are just very synonymous to Poldeer or Poldak or something. Just absolutely incredible. Very soft marshy land around, and these I presume it's granite or basalt or something, whatever the rock is of this area, has just stood the test of time and erosion. And yeah, look at that for a view. So we're just dropping into the little hamlet of Stour now. Absolutely incredible. This is such deja vu. Really good holiday here. Really good, just in and around this Assynt area. And there's the old schoolhouse, Stour Lodge, and that's very definitely where we stayed, looking out over the beach. Fantastic. Gotta get a picture here. It's gotta be done. Wowzers, look at that. Just astronomically, there's just no words. I'm not even going to try. Just take that in. That is just, it's like almost like a prehistoric landscape. Just incredible. And this sees us arriving in the sleepy little hamlet, sleepy little village of Lochinver. Very famous for its pies, but I do believe that being an Easter Sunday, sadly they are not open. However, we are going to stop, get some fluids. Could do with a little bit of water for the water pack. We're running a little bit dry. Here we are, the Lochinver pie shop. No, most definitely not open today. Oh, those weather gods have certainly blessed us today, make no mistake about that. Look how gorgeous this is. All of that cloud cover that we had earlier is all completely gone. It's leaving us some fantastic colorscapes across the water. And yeah, we're just winding our way kind of across Assynt, really, just down towards, where are we heading? Down towards Ullapool. And going to stop there and get a little bit of lunch in Ullapool, stick my nose and get a couple of provisions ready for the night. We are wild camping tonight, so multiple choices, multiple destinations on a very, very quiet road, or just off a very quiet road. So I am most definitely looking forward to that. Oh, this is beautiful. Just got the sunlight just reflecting off the river there, and the road just following the contours. Just amazing. And what a backdrop that we get every now and again when the tree is clear and we can see the mountains. Just Assynt is an incredible place, absolutely amazing place. And this is the top of the Assynt region. Would you look at that? I mean, you just can't not stop and just take it all in. Absolutely incredible. Just what a prehistoric landscape. What can I say, folks? Ullapool, if you are ever up in Ullapool, I highly recommend coming here. The seafood shack, absolutely beautiful food, just so fresh, all local produce and local produce only, so whatever's off the boat, whatever's hand dived scallops, etc. And their haddock wraps, incidentally, that I've just had are the stuff of legend. And certainly if you're on a bike, ample parking, literally right outside the front, perfect. Ullapool, yeah baby, Ullapool. Right, okay, so we're on our way now. It is 16 degrees, sorry, sun is shining, bike's brimmed with fuel, sat-nav showing me 100 miles, we've got about 160 in the tank, which is brilliant, and we're looking pretty good on time. I do want to have a look out towards Gairloch. So yes, Ullapool, lunch in Ullapool, the seafood shack never fails to deliver. Just haddock wraps, I mean, unbelievable food, just so delicate, so light, so fresh, stacks of salad with them, absolutely gorgeous. Fuel for the road, both for body and mind and bike. So yes, let's get ourselves underway. Wowzers, folks, would you look at this? Probably the most used phrase in this video, but yes, running down south from Ullapool there, because the cloud cover's lifted, it's just allowed the mountains just to poke their heads up into the sunshine, and I don't know whether you can see, hopefully you can, that mountain range off in the distance there with its snow-capped peaks. It just looks absolutely incredible. Here we are riding in 14-15 degrees and we've got snow-capped mountains. That's where we're heading, right into the heartlands of the Torridon range, and yes, it's going to be utterly spectacular. I just cannot believe how lucky that we have been with the weather, and yes, it's just superb. I'm on day 4 now and it hasn't rained. It's just, yes, it's been a little bit chilly on a night, and that's to be expected. It is Easter time, it's very early in the year, and I am right up the very top of mainland Britain, but looking around us with the scenery and the weather, just I could not have asked for better on this trip. Two, one. So we're pushing out westward now towards Gairloch, and just wow, look, just your words again just fail you as to how unbelievably stunning this area is. And you can just weave the bike through this landscape just completely and utterly unhindered. And look at this massive, I've really got to keep my eyes on the road, but wow, just incredible scenery, massive valleys, huge mountains, and even ahead of us there, massive mountains ahead of us. Not quite snow-capped, but then they are a little bit further towards the coast. And if we're looking down the way here, you can see why there are so many people here. Let's just back the pace down a bit just in case. Yes, you can certainly see why there are so many people there. Look at that. And this trip is a trip that has just kept delivering, because I wanted to see the Highland clearances, just in terms of huge empty space, and I certainly did that. And now as we push our way down through Sutherland and into the Torridon range and beyond, Applecross, etc., this is definitely delivering tenfold over. The riding is superb. The roads are completely empty, as you can see. I've got the odd motorhome to deal with, but hey, you know, I'm not here on my own, and nor do I ever profess to be. But they're very, very quickly dispatched. Single direction that you're looking. I can see why there's so many accidents on the NC500. People are just, you know, bikes, cars, motorhomes, push bikes, you name it. Everybody's just so busy, just looking and absorbing. Just astronomical. Utterly beautiful. Just utterly, utterly breathtaking. Whoa, goats on the road. Test those brakes on the T7. They're good. They are good. It just shows you've always got to be that little bit switched on. And it certainly isn't too shoddy. Look at that. You know, you drop down these very steep sided valleys, it just feels like we've been going downhill for like forever. Now, if I was a cyclist, this would be seventh heaven. But look at that. That said, these are cyclists and they've got a long, long way uphill. Keep going, folks. Maximum respect. They are looking hooped. Wow. And that sees us pretty much almost down at sea level now. This is our Desi, so I don't think we're a million miles away from our waterfalls, hopefully. I could do with a bit of a leg stretch off the bike. It is still 14-15 degrees, sun is all around us, and what a beautiful landscape. Arguably, this has been some of the best riding, coming down sort of Scuri area-ish, kind of Durness all the way down. Pretty much down to Torridon is, in my humble opinion, some fantastic riding. You've got a mixture of A roads that we're on now, I would say like dual track as it were, to single track roads, and it's a very healthy mixture as well. It keeps you focused, and there's enough of this stuff just to eat the miles away, so that you can thoroughly enjoy the single track stuff without necessarily flogging yourself to death and putting yourself in danger. Okay, so here we are, here's the viewpoint. It's time to do the tourist thing, and I think this is very definitely worthwhile doing, if I'm brutally honest. Just look around. Wow, let's get this bike sorted. Okay then, folks, so we stopped to do the tourist thing, and why not? It is just, you can't drive past a place like this. This is Loch Broom viewpoint, or certainly the car park. This road, we've just come down here and look around us at this fantastic scenery. Just utterly incredible. What a place. And I guess from here we start to drop downhill a little bit and work our way around towards Gairloch, and that's where we're going to go have a look at the lighthouse. That was incidentally going to be a wild camping spot, but I think, like I said yesterday, I think if I do put that in as a wild camping spot, I'm a little bit ahead of the curve at the moment, and that would probably leave me around about 2 hours and 60 miles extra for tomorrow, and that's going to make it a little bit of a big day. So I'm just going to enjoy this view, 10 minutes or so here, and then we'll push on our merry way. So we're making good progress towards Gairloch and kind of out the back of the Torridon range really, which ironically is just hoving into view. Would you look at that? I tell you what, let's just get pulled over here. Nothing behind us, that's good. Nothing in front of us. Quick double check. Right, let's just get pulled over here and just have a quick look at exactly where we are. Look at that. That is incredible. Oh, quieten the bike down anyway. Wow, that is, so this is the Gairloch Peninsula here, so we're going to head kind of around and then on the opposite side up to the lighthouse and just have a little bit of a look-see and then come back, and then we're kind of over that way, but we weave our way down through the valley and then sort of towards Torridon. This is just an amazing landscape, but that looks just immense, just incredible. And here we are making the descent into Gairloch. I can see the road there just winding its way out. Is that the road? No, it's not. No, it's not. That's just a car park. Oh, Yes, I can see the road there just winding its way out, so we must be somewhere down the bottom here. We hang a right and we go right to the very end of this peninsula, where there is a lighthouse with an unpronounceable name. They're always called like Rubish or something or other, but I'm sure I'll find out when I am there. Now what's interesting running out towards this lighthouse is that lump of land that we can see in front of us. That is the Isle of Skye, and this is the Trottenish Peninsula. So we've got the Quorang that is right up on the top right hand side as we're looking, and rhubarb and custard as we call it with the family, Rubahunish, which is the most northerly tip on the Isle of Skye. And then you've got Storr, the Old Man of Storr, which has been on many a film location. And looking across the way and behind me slightly there, I don't know whether you can see behind me, that might be a little bit better, we've got the Torridon range. So yeah, this campsite is going to have to be pretty spectacular. What time is it? 2:45. I'm probably going to be there at about 3 o'clock-ish. It is a little bit on the early side. If it is good, it might actually be buried with camper vans, which would be a bit of a shame. But look at that behind us there. This is the Torridon range. Absolutely superb, just utterly brilliant. And right in the centre of the Isle of Skye there, I don't know whether you can make that out, we have the black Coolins and the red Coolins to the left. It's incredible when you get your bearings, just kind of where you are and what's around you. Got quite a drop off there to my left hand side down to the sea. Watch where you're going, Paul. Somebody's bike there. Hopefully they're over that side just taking some photographs. And hopefully you can make this out in the GoPro there, but right off in the very far distance, that is the Outer Hebrides. So the Isle of Harris and Lewis, etc. Really enjoying this. I would say that today has quite possibly been one of the best riding days for a mixture of roads, mixture of terrain. Fantastic camper vans are pulling off. Yeah, mixture of roads, mixture of terrain, and just absolutely loving the weather, the riding, the road, the conditions, the lack of traffic, general per se. Easter time, it's statistically, you know, Easter is the driest time. End of March, beginning of April, every year on year, according to the Met Office, is the driest time of the year to come. And you also get the added bonus of no midges. Coming in the summer months will be brilliant, I'm sure. Warmer temperatures, heady days, but hey, this is Scotland, so there's no guarantee on that. But the one thing that is guaranteed is you will be absolutely plagued by the little black demons, the midge, the Scottish midge, and that would just suck the fun, quite literally suck the fun out of your break. Thank you very much. In the middle of nowhere, as it were, on our way up to the lighthouse, and I wanted to show you this. Hopefully the camera will pick this up. Look at the colour of that water. This is the road. Bit of a waterfall going off there. So this is the roadway that's just following all the way along right out to the headland there. This is absolutely incredible, and that's the Isle of Skye across the way with the Outer Hebrides, as I was saying earlier. Just absolutely breathtaking place. And now we've left the little village, we're just working our way the last mile and a half or so to the lighthouse, and all my life how the nature of this road has changed. It's quite broken in places and incredibly narrow. Like, even for a single track, this is narrow. I mean, this is like, wow, this is narrow. Very pretty though. Look at this. And climbing steeply up through these rocks. Wow, kind of almost maximum lean body weight across on the bike there. Oh, this is just amazing. Absolutely incredible. Okay, so that is decision made. As lovely as this place is, and it is absolutely superb. I've got Gairloch Lighthouse there, the Isle of Skye opposite there, the Outer Hebrides there, the North Atlantic there, and I've got the whole of Assynt. Look at that, the three massive mountains of Assynt, and almost as far up, pretty much as far up as Durness is where I can see. But however, it is a little bit early in the afternoon. It's still only around about 3 o'clock, and to be fair, what am I going to do? So I may as well use that couple of hours and ride down to the Applecross Peninsula, get myself on a wild camp spot there. Just as good, I am sure, and similar to here, it is very, very quiet. But yeah, if this was around about 5:30 in the afternoon, then yeah, by all means, I'd get the tent stuck up here, and this would be my overnight for sure. So we're just making a little bit of progress now, just working our way towards Applecross Peninsula. That is just like magical. Look at that, just a huge, monstrous lump of a mountain right there, right in front of us. Just like this Audi A3 is. And this is the sleepy little hamlet of Kinlochhuey, or the sleepy little village of Kinlochhuey. Now this sits right on the edge of the Beinn Eight National Park, so Torridon 10 miles away. We're getting there now. So yeah, 10 miles away to Torridon, and about another 15 or so to roughly the top side of Applecross. Now this road is an absolutely amazing road, not only because of the way that it ribbons and snakes its way through the valley, but also we've got the Beinn Eight National Park that we're riding through, but that mountain range on our right hand side there is just quite literally spectacular. And when we get to the other end of it and we start to drop down into Torridon, that is just amazing. So kind of all around us really is just massive 3,000 feet plus mountains. So these are all the Munros, but look at that, unbelievable. So here we are down at Loch Torridon. Torridon village is off to our right hand side and behind us, and look at that, that's just mind blowing. Just snow on the top there, and this is on the south facing side of the mountain as well, and that is worth bearing in mind. Just absolutely amazing, and what a superb ride coming down through the Beinn Eight National Park. And here we are now in Torridon, and we start to pick up the top side of the Applecross Peninsula, which is ultimately the south side of the Torridon Range. Let's leave you with mirror cam a little bit just to capture some of these views as we work our way along. Well, Torridon, you do not disappoint at all. No overnight parking, but wowzers, look at that for a view. Unbelievable, eh? We've just come right the way down there, and all of the mountain ranges stretch off in that direction, so we can't see them for Leothach, unfortunately. But look at this, sea level, boom, straight up 3,000 plus meters. And then look at this, absolutely incredible, like a big corrie, like a horseshoe shape, as the mountain's just been forged by the glacier, I would imagine. I believe that the Torridon Range, and forgive me if I'm wrong here, but I believe that this is formed from some of the oldest rock in mainland Britain, I do believe, and some of the hardest as well, which is probably why we've got these kind of rock ledges that are so visible, and all the soil and everything's eroded away. Absolute amazing place. Okay then folks, so here we are, the end of day 4. Just had my evening meal, minced beef, hot pot. It was absolutely gorgeous. I had to think there, a little bit tired, a little bit fatigued. It's been one hell of a day today. I can honestly say, in terms of riding, it's been the best day ever. Just absolutely fantastic. Working my way down through the Assynt Peninsula, through the Torridon Valley, and here we are north on the Applecross Peninsula now. So we've got our tent all set up, as you can see. We're a little bit out of the way, but in terms of our locale, we are completely isolated here. Road section's just up and above behind me there. So I'm just going to jump up on this hill, just let you have a look around. Right you are then, folks. So here we are right on the very northern tip of the Applecross Peninsula. Let's spin you guys around so that you can see. Looking directly behind me there, that is up towards Durness, and that's where we were a day and a half ago, and we've worked our way down to here. If we just spin a little bit more around to the east, you can see the Torridon hills there off in the distance. I don't know how well you're going to pick this up on the GoPro, but you can certainly see a little bit of snow just on the caps of the mountains. And if we spin you around the opposite direction, just looking pretty much due south as we were, opposite to Durness, that's where we're heading tomorrow. Not the deer distance that you can see off and away, that is the Isle of Skye, but we just scoot ourselves around across to the left hand side there, and we take in Applecross, which is fantastic. We'll grab a splash of fuel there, and also we'll go over the Beinn, the very famous pass of the cattle. It does kind of feel that I'm on familiar territory now. I'm relatively familiar with this part of the world moving south, and I guess kind of, you know, day 5, day 6 is still to come. Day 6 is going to be the journey home, so I probably won't film that one, to be fair, so it may well wrap up in and around 5 days worth of videos. I'm tired. I'm going to get my head down very, very shortly, and we'll pick this up tomorrow for day 5 of our epic, my version of the NC500.